Can you hear me now?
I think yay! And we've got voice now. Wonderful. Sorry about that. Not sure what was going on with the mic. So this is my ship. We're just on another one, stripping it for parts for the other one. Take a look at my little character here. I took lots of negative traits so I could start a little bit better off. It's a really deep simulation game. Lots of different things from like your different kind of emotional states, as well as needing like food, water, even the bathroom, how much weight you're carrying, which in zero G is usually fine, but make your ship go a little too fast and you go flying across it, which is kind of fun to watch. All right, so like I was saying, we're just stripping this ship for parts to take to the bigger ship that's getting redone by some of my crew. So we'll just grab our parts here real quick, and then we'll pop over to the other ship. One of the things I hope that they'll make a little easier after it's out of early access is the airlocks. The airlocks are not great at the moment. You can lose all your O2 and nitrogen, heat and everything pretty quick. Sometimes. Gotta wait for so many doors to close. There we go. So, as you can see, it's set up specifically this ship for salvaging and then finding and moving cargo. So we'll do a quick little walkthrough here of the ship. Our airlock, main storage bay for working on different bits and pieces of ships as we bring them on board. Our bridge over here. Our extra nav station in case something ever happens to it. The batteries for the EVA suits. Yes, my character carries around a little katana, best melee weapon in the game, most effective against pirates and whatnot. She carries around a briefcase full of backpacks with all of her tools and other items that she may need out there, like her pants. And then the different kinds of medications for different reasons, extra batteries, her bunk, and her little bathroom, her little stateroom, if you will, the little gym, lots of extra things just kind of ending up on the floor. Need to do a nice little cleanup. Going further down the ship, we have another bunk for one of the crewmates. A little further down, we have like the little break wellness room. There's a TV terminal, a TV, a terminal, and the two arcades. You'll also notice I have crates all over the place. Those crates have different items in them for fixing if the walls break or if the floor breaks from micrometeor. They are not fun. I do keep a lot of the doors locked most of the time to insist on pathfinding for the AI. It just makes it better for the crewmates. This hallway is pretty well sealed, so that allows us for more storage room without losing a lot of our O2 and our nitrogen. Coming back up the spine here, we'll just peek our head in these two rooms. This one's the battery room, exactly what it sounds like. This one is another kind of cargo area. I also temporarily have one of my helium-3 tanks in here that's installed. Just needed a better ratio for the fusion reactor. Definitely a temporary thing. However, these are our intakes for the nitrogen RCS thrusters. They're the Mura ones, the Hydra ones. I really like these ones over the smaller ones. They take less space. You can put 4 of them on one. Really nice, little less switching out. Eventually this will have a set of 4 Muras in here. But for now it's just the 2 with extra tanks kicking around. This is a rotor that'll eventually end up either on this one or a secondary ship. Then we have like just our bins along the sides here, just for extra storage for food and tools and whatnot. Fusion reactor parts, super valuable. Going a little bit further down our spine, we end up in our primary HVAC room. Our oxygen tanks were in that break room, one of the nitrogen tanks, a heater, a cooler, our CO2, and of course, I don't have it in here yet, but we'll have a contaminants one for when we land on Venus. Well, not land, but go into the aerostats and whatnot. This room is the primary one that helps the other parts of our HVAC through the entire ship. So if we go down a little bit further, we'll hit our fusion reactor, which is this guy here. Lots of different parts. Our capacitor for the lasers, our fuel regulator for the pellet feeders, our generator, this gives us our power to recharge our batteries, the core pump so that we can create a vacuum for it, the cryo pump to keep it nice and cool. However, it still does get hot, so it does actually have its own little cooler down here. And we'll go back that way in a second. Still need to find a door for right here. Our helium tanks. Eventually, I'll do another airlock over here so that we can exit and enter, and same for here, just so that it's easier to access some of the outside parts of the ship from that side. And then, if we go this way, we have our additional D20 tanks, the heavy water tanks. These guys are the other fuel ones. It's a ratio of 3 to 1. It's actually like 34 to something, and I can't remember what the number is right now. But it is, as an easier number, it's a 3 to 1 helium to heavy water, which is why that helium tank up there is installed. Gets us closer. This one isn't installed currently. The cryo tank is. Basically what the vision here is we're going to add another section down here to put the additional 2, and then we might do another section here to try and get 3 more across. And the D20 tank, we're going to do 1 more right here, and then eventually this side will get a extra set of bunks for more crewmates. And that's kind of our walkthrough at the moment of the ship. You'll see there's lots of parts everywhere, all things that are being repaired and then will either get installed on another ship or just directly sold. These are little extra wall pieces for quick access. This crate's locked because it has additional weapons in it. Don't want pirates getting on board and just grabbing them. And these storage bays are really nice. They just give you a little bit of extra storage for losing a little bit of floor space. All right, and that's our walkthrough. And then of course the cargo pods. Not our final setup for them right now. They're just kind of tacked on because I happened to find them as I was salvaging earlier. Okay, go back over to the other ship. Yeah, we might just grab that door for the one that's missing right now on our ship. So you can see like this one's pretty broken up, so there's no reason I would even think about fixing this one to resell it. Just grab the parts that are valuable and then go back. So you can kind of carry 2 pieces at a time of this stuff. You can't use the dollies that you may have seen earlier as I was doing the walkthrough. They're too big. They don't fit onto it. It would be nice if that's one of the changes for 1.0 when it comes out, but we'll see. Speed up time to get her to walk a bit quicker. Wait for the doors to cycle. Go, go, go. Drop 1 piece there, drop the other piece. The reactor there. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to grab from here is this fridge. And we'll probably grab a couple of sinks as well. Sinks and fridges, they can make some rooms worth a lot more if you do the right ratios. It's for reselling. It'll make it so that a room's worth like 1.6 or 2.0. I've got the general gist of how it works, but we're going to give it a try today, a little bit different than what I've done in the past. All right. Grab those two. There we go. It's a little bit of a puzzle game sometimes, trying to figure out, okay, where's this going to go? Where's this going to go? I'm fairly far along, or feels far along into this playthrough with this character, so she's pretty quick at installing and uninstalling things at this point. Oop. Getting lost in this ship. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about this game is that you can really change your character from what you start with. They can gain scars and different things. They can train in different skills. Pick up that last reactor piece. Drop it there for the moment. I had gone through this ship earlier, so I thought there was some more. Yeah, there's another sink. There we go. And I think there's a bunk on this one as well, which would be nice. Anything you find that's partially broken is always cheaper than if you have to go buy it. Usually by like 2 or 3 times at least. That's what all these like little bits you see on the ground are. There's like electric parts, small machinery parts. What else is there? Scrap steel, scrap aluminum, carbon fiber, a couple other things. Depending on what the system is, depends on how much and what of those items you might need to fix it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think the bunk was over here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you'll see when we get to the other ship, the yacht should net us a nice profit. I bought it for like 1.3 million or something. And I'd like to double my money on it. Last time I checked it, we're at 1.7. So we're getting there. Perfect. And I think this is probably our last bits for this ship. Speed up time again. Just as she drags things around. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. So we've got the sink to grab, and then this last reactor part, and we'll go back over to the yacht. Oh, one door. That's right. Another door or two. Can never have too many doors in this game. Definitely makes managing air and nitrogen and your temperature a lot easier. I think what we might do is leave her here, check the other ship where it is, because I have it coming this direction for the most part. But I'm not sure where it is exactly at the moment. Alright, there we go. Leave that door there. Hey Angie, thanks so much for watching the little bit that you could. See you soon. Thanks. Alright, so we're done that. We'll go back to normal speed. Pop our helmet off, just for some normal air. That's the other really fun thing about this game is like these vents, you actually, kiss kiss Angie, you get to hear like all of the fun little like events and stuff. And please let me know if the background of the game is a little too loud or whatnot. Again, this is my first stream with the game, so I am still figuring out some of the settings for it. Alright, so this is the nav map view if you're not familiar. It's really basic, but it does the job really well. Over here we have like our torch drive, the fusion reactor settings. It's got its own like big setup as well, but this is where you control for where you're flying to and whatnot with it. Long range course plotting, map can be simulated out for a little bit. I am actually going to just lower my master volume for the game here 1 second. Yeah, we'll just pull the music down a little. There we go. Alright, come back to our nav. We're represented by the blue, of course, and if we come back out a little bit further, yeah, see, that's our other ship. Yeah. How are we doing on RCS? We're okay at the moment. Need to have a drink. We're still hurting. We got hurt by a pirate a little earlier. Alright. Let's just think here for a second. I think we are going to go to our other crew. Yeah, we'll hop over here. And yeah, here they are. So they don't really simulate while you're gone. But this is the other one. This is the yacht that I was talking about earlier. We'll just do a quick preview. I've got 2 crewmates on here. This is the bridge. A little crew wellness area. This is where one of those sinks is going to go. One of the fridges is going to go over here. Ooh. Switch characters by accident. Go back. There we go. So this yacht only had a couple holes in it, so I keep switching. There we go. So I just patched those holes, and then we'll add a couple items in here that we just picked up, so you can see like it was in pretty good shape, and they're just fixing the floors and whatnot. This is where that bunk's gonna go. It'll go in here, replace that bed, bring the value up a little bit. Put another bin in here, just to make sure that we bring the value up that bit more. Our other fuel regulation and our reactor core again for this ship. Our other RCS area. This one's split up a little different for the HVAC. CO2 scrubber in there. Cryo tank rather. We did have to bring an H3 tank and heavy water tank on board. Our side pods are there. So we'll leave these guys alone for, actually now we are gonna make them move. We'll bring the ship to us, I think. There we go. Take a look. Yeah, see, they're just ever so slowly moving towards K-Leg, the main little area, the boneyard. All right. Get ourselves set up to get 2 others. There we go. Setting our bearing. Yeah, there we go. And not too twitchy with this ship, but a little twitchy. Yeah, a little twitchy. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we've got a little bit of cross drift, which shouldn't be too big of a deal, but we'll just pull it down a little bit. There we go. Pull it back up because we're getting a slight negative, so we'll be hour and a bit to get there. That's fine. Okay, perfect. So we'll leave that. And we'll hop back over to our main person. There we go. So they're on their way here. So we'll just think about, okay, what bits and pieces we just grabbed need to be fixed up before they go on board that other ship. So we'll come down here. And where did I leave it? It's a reactor core. The fridge, there we go. So we'll just set that up to restore. Speed up for a moment. You'll notice I use hotkeys as well as the interface for speeding up. It's just no idea. I just go back and forth between the two. Yeah, we'll go a little quicker. Speed up to 16 times. Great, she's done that. We'll go down here to the bunk, repair that. Yeah, so you can see, like I was talking about earlier, you can see all the different parts are being given to the piece that needs to be repaired. So this is that bunk. Takes them a moment to give all the pieces, if they have it with them. In her case, she's got all these backpacks that I mash full of different bits and pieces so they don't have to walk all over the ship all the time. And those crates that I was talking about that are scattered throughout my ship. Same idea, they have just bits and pieces again, like accumulated in them so that everyone has to walk less distance if they're not carrying it. Great, yeah, so she's got that done. So we'll finish restoring it. You can see the info over here. And what I was talking about earlier about like getting your character being able to build up better as time goes on. She didn't have the trait business administration at the beginning, but on one of the trade runs I did between Venus and K-Leg, which is like your starting area, is K-Leg, I was able to build up her business admin. So now I can see the approximate value of the different items on board, which is nice. Not critical, but it is nice. And then jumping to her character profile here, we'll just show you where I mean. So you can see the skilled items. Some of these were trained like construction, mechanical, and combat. Were trained in-game. Some of them were prior to the game starting, like spaceship engineering, and I always love taking hacking. Great way to make money hacking, just like the PDA system of the game. And then skilled in EVA suits, another really important one to start with, just because I don't like dealing with blisters and whatnot. And so you can see training fit, training software engineering, melee combat, and robotics. And electrical engineering is 98%, so close. Training strong, 25%. I took lots of nasty traits. They're just kind of for the social side more, which I use less in-game personally. I like having a strong character that can do a lot of different things. I started without having like micro G bulimic and those kind of things. And then these are the emotional stats, of course. And she does have that injury. You can see the little lightning bolt there. And so I've got both the nanorobotic and I've been taking the acetaminophen every once in a while. Not acetaminophen, antibiotics. My bad. Yeah, so she's just fixing up that bunk as Daisy and Bello are getting closer to us. Speed up time a little bit. Yes, I make my character work during untime, the time between 24 and 00. Great, so that one's done. What else do we need for this one? We need that other fridge. I think it was up here. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. So we'll fix up that fridge. Yeah, so she doesn't have all the parts with her right now, so she's going to go and grab some of them. Thanks for the follow, Super VDF. I appreciate it. Speed it back up. There we go. Hey, new chat. Thanks much. Like I said, this is my first time streaming, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, just, doing some more repair. Getting ready to flip that other ship I was showing. A lot of waiting in this game, but that's okay. It is nice having all the crew in one place. Keeps multiple things that you can do at a time that way. And I think we're good there. Perfect. So we'll go over here. You can see how much different things weigh when you're looking at them in your inventory. And I think we flipped, yeah, so you can see the different work schedules. So she's on sleep schedule now technically, but we'll make her keep working for a little bit. But we will fly to the other ship. We'll drop that. Hop into the nav. Hop into the docking screen, request our clearance, and away we go. I do always like speeding up away from them to start, just less likely to hit something. There we go. And we'll flip the map around, just make it easier to control. Great. Line up our blue line to make it a little easier. Twitchy, twitchy. There we go. Away we go. And our accelerometer just over a G. Not too bad. Shouldn't hurt myself. Relative velocity coming up. Killer cross velocity. Great. Be there nice and quick. Yes, docking. Gonna watch the full docking procedure in a moment. Alrighty, at 5K we'll get a warning that we're close to hitting, and then it'll pop us out of the time speed up. There's an even faster speed up too, but very dangerous to do in system. Here we go. Start slowing down, hail our ship, get our docking clearance. There we go. Always a nail biter when I come in that quick, but we should be okay. Yeah, we're already at max thrust, and there we go. Under 100 meters a second. Nice, simple setup to do it to dock. It's very nice how they set it up, in my opinion. All right, so we're gonna ride home. Check our roster. So we are gonna sleep for a bit. We'll check our stats. Yeah, we're rested early on there, but we'll get everybody over. We'll do a couple hours of sleep here. Get everybody into beds. Pretty sure I locked the door so they can't actually get past. Yeah, they can't. They can't exit the ship. It's just to keep pirates out. When I'm not on a ship, I always make sure I lock the doors. Do not like getting surprised by pirates. Access the lock. My incredibly complex PIN code. Yeah. This crewmate I actually picked up from a ship that was drifting. A dead ship. Super cheap to pick up. Something like $200 a day to pay her. Not too bad death fee. It's like 50K, I think. This other character, Bello, she was a 70K death fee that I picked up right near the beginning. She's not as skilled, but that's okay. She's been training up. Excuse me. Grab some tea. Yeah, so you just put them to sleep, and then we'll do the super speed up here in a moment. Not too happy. There we go. Clean her up, get her out of her work kit first. Alright. Yeah, if they're not in the work mode, they do like to move around a lot. Hey, Sugio. Thanks for stopping in and watching. Hope you're doing well today. Alright, so we'll change her out of that work kit. Oh, cool. I didn't know Angie did a blue sky post. That's awesome of her. I'll have to remember to thank her later. And yes, there is a right and left shoe. Put her to sleep. Yeah, we'll put her to sleep now. Oh, thank you. It is my first time, so I appreciate hearing that's not bad so far. Is there anything that you think could be better? Anything so far you've seen that you prefer to see more of? Do it super fast here, so you can see, like, based on what they're doing, they're just it'll give you a quick like rundown of what it might look like. All jobs might any jobs that might be going on get paused automatically. If you're using fuel, it tells you how much it'll be used. If there's anything that you have to pay before the end of the shift, any risk factors that might kill you, how far you are away from like major places. Oh, first time seeing this game at all. It is a lot of fun in my opinion. It's been an easy early access for a while. I've been playing it off and on for about a year. They're the same ones who made a really similar game. I can't remember what it's called right now. But it takes place on like a Earth that has like some kind of supernatural cataclysm happen, and yeah, some people call it like a hobo simulator, the other one. So after hitting go, you get like kind of just a rundown like, hey, what happened? What happened with the ship? What happened with each individual one? Yeah, I totally suggest checking them both out, by the way. Both this and their other game. They're by Blue Bottle. A lot of fun. Way too many hours put into this. I think I'm over 200 into this one. Usually I do like 60-hour plays here and there with it. So we'll just kind of check in on everybody here real quick. Yeah, so we're a little thirsty. Your hygiene needs checking in on, a little hungry, and Daisy is also a little bit of cleaning up. Oh, she's got something going on too. All right, coming back to our main character, Lulu. We'll just jump forward another, we'll check here, make sure. Yeah. So this is like where your finances can be seen. Just pay our 2 employees off real quick. And there's like a nice like review you can do of your past amounts. So you can see like where I paid for like docking fees, and like there's the death pay just in case kind of thing. Selling different things. Again, salary. There's a lot in here that's just really boring because when you're going between different places and just pulling things, not so exciting for the finance view. Yeah, so this ship was 1.3 million to grab it. And then, yeah, late payments, just trying to get back to the very beginning here. Let's see. Wow, that was a while ago. Nice, adding to the wish list, always a good choice. And you can see like, so the first ship that you buy, you have to pay off the mortgage on it. Always nice to pay it off early, but it's pretty big. All right, so we'll close that. Yeah, I think we want to go another 3 hours here. Yeah, if you like Satisfactory and No Man's Sky, you'll like this. Definitely. It's pretty enjoyable. Yeah, I guess it kind of is like Animal Crossing in space. And then you can see like little updates down here. Good for like when you're doing lots of stuff. Yeah, so rested. Great. We'll do a quick check-in. More just at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beginning mortgage in Animal Crossing. Yeah, that's true, eh? So you can see like you get hungry and thirsty. But we'll wake up here, pause it, check our roster. Yeah, 6 a.m. Perfect. So everyone will get to work. Set everybody up to go and eat food. Always a good choice to get people to eat. Don't want them dying of starvation. There we go. Again, I kind of distribute where I keep things just so that people don't walk quite as much. And then, there we go. All right. I will send our workers back over to the other ship. Set them to auto task so that they just start working when they get there. Back to our main character. And we'll get her to exercise. If you don't exercise every day, your bones get weaker and you start to lose strength and whatnot, which has a negative effect for like being in dealing with the G-forces, and also a negative effect for combat, of course. Oh, it looks like our workers are not ready to actually get to work. They're doing a couple of other things, which is fine. So what we'll do while we're exercising, just jump forward for 3 hours real quick. And you can see they did some free time, they did some random work, improved a couple things. Great, so we'll close that screen. And you can set up things to get installed so you don't have to do everything manually. So like that extra fridge will come over here. So get it installed over there. That sink that we picked up can go there. And we'll close that. And the 2 workers will take care of that at some point. And now we need to do some care for our person. You can see their family support is going down, their intimacy and their contact is. Always fun how you can just long for better intimacy and you get it. I wonder if they'll change that so you actually have to talk to people to fix like all your emotional states. But you can see like now she's feeling dirty because she was working out. Can freshen up with water, and they have like these hygiene packs and whatnot. Yeah, and she's got her cut going on still, so we'll check in on that in a moment here after she cleans up a bit. Yes, an introvert's dream. I sit at my desk and I think, oh, that would be fun, just sitting in a tin can, just doing my thing all alone. But yeah, not introverted at all. Someone did write like a really fun guide to the social aspects of this game, and like it opens with, I know you've sat in a tin box your whole life, but you need to talk to people. Always makes me giggle. Just looking through the different backpacks that I've got on my character at the moment, the flasks hold water or like coffee or alcohols. For cuts, it is always best to give them a quick clean, and then you can grab like a scrap of clean cloth, bandage yourself up, and then throw her shirt back on. Poor dirty shirt that she's got. Let's see, do I have... I don't. Okay, I don't have any hygiene packs, so we're just freshen up with water. So we'll just clean up a bit more. Yeah, so you can see like she's actually fixing something. Yeah, so she's just repairing like some of the conduits that carry the power through the ship. The conduit is also actually used for like the heavy water and the helium tanks to connect them to the reactors. But yeah, super important to have those working properly. And then, where's my character? There she is. What we should do before I forget, because I've definitely already forgot once, is we have a tow brace, and we'll secure the other vessel so that I can move around if I need to. Yeah, the detail management for this is pretty deep. It's fun. Like some of it's micromanagey, but it's as detailed like as you want it to be. If you leave your characters in like auto, like yeah, so you can see her shift is free. So she's just taking care of her needs on her own. It's just not as efficient as you doing it for them. Actually, we'll flip her back into a work. She should be working right now. They all should be for about 6 hours. I will push them to 8 today. That'll be fine. Yeah, it is actually my first, technically it's my second stream ever, but the first time I streamed, I did it like 2-ish, 3 years ago, and like it was just the one stream, and I was like, no, I can't do this right now. So like it's my first time streaming this game as well. But yeah. All right, that toe brace is done, so we'll come back over here. Hop back into the system view. Take a look. Yeah, so before we did all of that um, time skipping, we were over here and we just kept floating that way. So we should just grab K-leg port, check what our velocity is, our bearing. Oop. There we go. Just slow down our, wrong direction. There we go. Yeah, last time I did a whole bunch of time skips, I ended up a couple AU away from where I started. Oops. Quickly away from any kind of civilization. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, exactly. Very similar to other ones where you can do a lot of auto or more hands-on. It's really what you want to make of it for that. And like I've played characters where like I have 5 or 6 crew and it gets hectic, and like you can lean into the auto stuff and it does okay at it. But yeah, there's still like some detail management, especially for your own character, because even like on free time, they won't necessarily do it. I'm just drifting at the moment. If we actually, I'll jump back in here for a second. Back into the nav station. So this is station view of your map. So like less than 100 kilometers. The local air traffic control area, about 1,000. So this is the planetary view. It's too big for K-leg. This is like your start area. I come back here to pick up like parts. There's an asteroid here. It's very hard to get the orbit set up for how small this is. There's no gravity. And then we'll go to the inner planet view. So that's Venus, Earth. Mars is over there, of course. Mercury. You can orbit the planets. It does go well if you're trying to orbit the planets, or like if you set up a proper orbit for the sun, you'll orbit properly. It's got all the physics set up properly. Outer planets, and then there's stuff I have yet to go to that's even further out, like these I haven't been out to yet. It is. It's really awesome. Like there's a lot of content that even early access I haven't even touched, being 200 hours in. I am hoping on this stream to get to Venus. Should be another half hour or so before I head out to Venus, depending on how distracted I get showing different things. All right, back to here. Let's go check on how our workers are doing. See if they managed to install the items that I wanted them to. Nope, they didn't. That happens. Early access bug. That's okay. All right, try it again. Yeah, no worries, as long as you can. No, no pressure, of course. But it really is worth picking up. What was I doing? Right, installing. Okay. Fridge goes there. Sink goes there. And we'll throw my character on auto task and she should just take care of it. She's thirsty first. How dare she? Yeah, so once you throw like a couple tasks set up, they do start doing it properly. Yeah. And away she goes. What do you do? Oh, they sometimes get stuck when they start playing the arcade games. They'll get stuck on them sometimes and never go do anything else. There we go. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Great, so they've got that installed. They're just doing some repair. So we'll go over here because this is going to be a luxury room and it gives like, I think it was a 2.0. I'd have to check my chart. Yeah, okay, so we'll pick this bed up. We'll uninstall it. Pick it up. Playing a game instead of productive. How could you? Why? Why would you do that to me? Yeah, it's pretty funny what they'll end up doing sometimes. Like they'll have like these little breakdowns and cry in a corner too. If like something terrible happens. Like I'm not gonna do spoilers. Like I don't want to touch on the plot too much because I'm not interacting with it at the moment. But there is a plot part that like they can really really affect their emotional moods. But yeah, I haven't touched on it too much, so I don't want to give anything away. There it is. That's what I was looking for. I want to pick up her fur coat. You can see down here the cold temperature. And we'll throw her coat on. Yeah, so I do actually have a camera. Honestly, as it's my first stream ever, I just kind of wanted to hit the button today and be like, okay, I did it. Look at this. I finally did it. Been talking about doing it for a while. And I think tomorrow I'm probably going to stream again and I'll probably try it with the camera. Oh, cool. You stream too. Nice. What kind of games do you stream? Dragging the bed over here. Oh, do I have space to put it in? Oh, no. Ah, shoot. Okay, that's too bad. All right. Have to do a rework in this bedroom. Alrighty. That. Yeah, I'll definitely check out your VODs and probably give you a follow as well. Why not? Yeah, so we're just gonna move these extra bins in here, uninstall them. That's one. That's two. Probably put another light in here too, actually. I don't like how dark it is. Yeah, we'll go grab a light. Nice. Satisfactory is so fun. So is No Man's Sky, but I haven't touched it in a hot minute. VR mini golf sounds hilarious. Lights. Where did I put my lights? They might be in here. Did I use all of them? Yeah, we'll check this one. These are some of the parts that I was talking about. Like they even have a smoking mechanic with different kinds of smokes, like how it affects your character. You can get a nicotine addiction. It's crazy. And then I was talking about like how you can increase your skills. This is one of the textbooks for it. Can use it to increase, that one's a construction one? Yeah, construction one. Oh my god. I am not a horror game person. I'll watch them occasionally, but like I am not a horror game person. Nope. I jump enough in my regular life. Don't need to do it extra. But whatever will float your boat is the important part. There we go, lights. Yeah, like even like toothbrush. Oh, I forgot to take my amoxicillin for that cut. Should do that real quick. like toothbrush for like your hygiene, and pain relief pills, and like you decide to eat the pill. Bolstered immune system. Yay! Oh, I need to take care of my character. She's gonna get upset soon. Yeah, not enough contact with people. But, you know, just browsing social media is good enough for contact with people, right? 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 For introverts. Do some more browsing, and you'll see like these little arrows. There they are. The little arrow, you can see the color change. And like getting it into red is not fun. It's so hard to get them out of red once they're there. It's so much easier to keep them above it. Just do a couple more browsing. But yeah, while she's doing that, you can see like they'll do a repair and then they'll write home. And then come back over to this person. Yep, just like pain management. There, she's doing that repair, and actually pain management, I should check in on her because she was showing some kind of pain. Blisters. Always blisters. Not always, just blisters are frustrating. They take forever to go away. But yeah, pain management in this game, very similar and easier to stay on top of than fall down the hole. Do some more browsing. Long for a better love life. That'll be fine for a minute. There we go. Come back over here. You'll see like all of the air like just rushing around in here. It's because I don't have any venting set up properly for this ship, so it's just moving around randomly. Easiest way to make sure it stays pressurized properly while I'm working. Yeah, so we'll throw this light there. Sometimes bins, when you take them down, end up in the wrong place. And I think those other ones just despawned entirely. Yeah, I think they despawned. So one of the other nice things this game does is it gives you these different views. So you've got like your default view. You can see like the power view. So this is showing like where all the conduits are. Super helpful when something isn't working suddenly. Damage, this tells you like how damaged things are, whether they need like repairing, like parts. This deep red needs parts. Oop, there we go. And then you can check the mass and the price if you have the right modules in your PDA. And then you can check like, okay, what's our temperature doing? We're getting hot over here, for example, for some reason. And then here you can see we're fine. Yeah, the batteries give off heat. Nav station, of course, gives heat. And the reactor. When the reactor is firing, it gets really hot. Pressure can check for like your air pressures. You can see the pressure in different tanks at a quick view. Yeah, the red is high pressure in it, low pressure. I guess the tanks just say pressure on them. But yeah, you can see like if you have if a micrometeor hits, for example, you can see exactly where it hits because it'll have the pressure flowing out that way. It's wonderful. All right, back to our default view. But it does look like we lost some bins when I uninstalled some. That's fine. Uninstalled that one. Move it. Oh, it just doesn't fit. Okay, but it'll fit under those bins. Perfect. Great. Yeah, you can even see like sometimes the other people come along and give you a hand. Yeah, even if stuff's tiled, they do have things that break the tiling. Here, let me see if I can find you an example of what I mean. Just give it a second to finish installing. Where is it? You can see it around points where air rushes sometimes. Yeah, they just do like a special little effect instead of full tile effect for it. It's a good way to do it. Adds a little bit of something without a massive cost. Yeah, can't see it. At the moment, everything's pressurized properly. But yeah, you can actually, like, it's really neat how they do it. And like talking about how like intricate the simulation is too, you can see like there's little bits of trash here. It's from like the hygiene boxes. When they use them, it turns into trash afterwards. Cloths get dirty, can't be used. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I actually do game dev myself, and I'm working on a couple of different things at the moment. There you go. There's the streaming air around. You can see it. Um, I'm working on two different prototypes right now. One of them is like similar to Brotator or Megabonk in 3D. And then another one is a similar version of this, but in 3D and my own take on this kind of genre. Um, so if I start talking really in depth about different systems, it's because I think about these kind of systems all day long. Um, but yeah, I love the immersion stuff of 3D too. And the systemic details, it's deep. I feel like there's parts of it that are significantly deeper than other ones, but small studio, it's okay. Do I think another could fit there? Another bunk? I don't think so, but that bed that I took out probably could fit in here. Yeah, like I've seen people like compare this to like Dwarf Fortress or RimWorld with the different systems interacting and the different layers of the simulation interacting. It's it's neat. It's really neat. And like the economy is simulated as well. So like when you do trading, um, you can't just always run the same trade run. And sometimes you'll buy stuff, and then by the time you get there, the price has changed. It's nice how they have it like living like that. But this ship, I think we are probably done. I just need to check my chart. Yeah, so my luxury quarters, all they'll need is a chair, and then they should be good to go. Double check we have a light in this one. Yeah, we've got the light there. Great. Cool. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's get to work on this room a little bit further. Oh, the bed prevents moving, so we'll have to uninstall it, put it in a different spot. Okay. Good. Can put it right against the wall here. Completely out of the way. Yeah, you can see even people when they're on their work shift will go and work out themselves if they're on auto task, which is fine. Takes longer to get some things done when they do that, but that's okay. Okay. So this ship is more or less ready to go. So what we'll do is come back to the main ship, disengage the towing brace, make sure both of them are on board, which they are. So now we'll flip it so that they can't leave the ship. Come back to our main character again. Oh no, don't uninstall the brace. Just release it. There we go. Great. Before we do that, just lock this door. Ooh, wrong side of the door. Oh, wrong side of the door. Okay, we'll get a different character to do it after. We'll get Daisy to come up and do it. She can lock the door. Do-do-do. There we go. Keep the pirates out with our incredibly complex pin. Go back to our main character. Come over to the nav station. Lulu's gonna do some piloting. Great, so Gothic is our main one, and oh my gosh, I keep forgetting this one. I think it's like Lord Have Mercy is the derelict I bought to flip. Great, okay, so we'll disengage. Request clearance. Undock. Great. So we're piloting the ship I'm gonna sell here in a minute. Come back to this view. How much RCS do we have? 500 kilos? That should do it. We're not too far from Kalig, I don't think. We're not close. We're not too far either. Oh, that's the ground station. Switching our targeting so that we're looking at our target instead of our ship. There we go. Now we're looking at Kalig. Come back to our ship. Gothic will stay there for now, so we'll just move away from her. Oh, terrible, terrible handling. But we don't really care about that. We're not keeping it. We just need it to be good enough to make a good profit off. When we get to Kalig, we'll buy a couple more things like chairs and whatnot just to up the value of the ship, and then we'll sell it. And then probably do a Venus run. Okay. Watching our bearing number here. Great, there we go. 0.36 degrees with cross of 3.58. Not bad. Range of 2 clicks. Yeah, that'll take a couple hours. That's fine. So what we'll do is we'll accelerate up to speed. Usually, like in system travel like this, I don't like going too far above 200. It starts to be, if you get into trouble, you have issues stopping quick if you need to sometimes. Yeah, so we'll bring our throttle up a little higher. You can see this number here, the burdened. It tells you how likely or not likely it is that you're going to fall over with the current G-force, which is shown here. She is carrying a couple 100 kilos of kit right now, so it's acceptable. Yeah, so we're going to be 2 hours to do that. So what we'll do is a couple boring things for a moment. take care of her social needs. I say boring, but you know, it's fun to make sure everything's balanced. Do. More longing for a better love life and an intimate connection. But yeah, you can see it coming up slowly. I do love that their faces change depending on how like their emotional mood is. So like if it's really bad, you'll see like their eyes wide, their mouth open, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Browse social apps a little more. Yeah, so we're getting there, we're getting there. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yay! And we're a celebrated person in the limelight. Back to longing for some better love life. Perfect for these long travels between two different destinations. Not that it'll actually take us 2 hours to get there, but you know, good use of time. I do really wish that when you left your other crewmates on another ship that they would keep doing their automatic stuff, but they don't. And that's alright. There we go, and you can see the privacy came down from all the social media use. We'll go use the bathroom quick before we start piloting again. Go use that toilet. There we go. Great. We're a little bit thirsty. Take care of that. Great. Use that. Perfect. We're still an hour 59. So normally, like on my ship, I would have her for the next 2 hours, like workout kind of thing. But I think what we'll do is we'll take a look, see if there's much damage around, and probably get her to work on different things and set a timer in game. Here we go. Yeah, see, like, I think we're going to work in the galley. The galley is probably the best spot, so we'll throw her on auto task, check the stats. Great. And we will accelerate time for a moment. Okay. So, yeah, you can just see that like Lulu's just working away on a couple different things. Hey, thank you for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. It's my first one. How are you? Right now we're just repairing a couple of different things on our way to the main space station to sell this ship. This is like the damage view, but we'll flip back to the regular one for you. There's our character, Lulu, working away, repairing things. Surviving's important, very important. We'll close the PDA. I was gonna set a timer, shoot. Okay, so we'll go set that timer, and then we'll increase our time skip here. So it says an hour 55. Let's take a look at our approximate where we are. Okay. Yeah, you could kind of say it's similar to Zomboid in like the depth of the simulation. That's actually a really good comparison. I was talking earlier about like the depth of like your needs and stats and how you can train your character's different abilities. So like I didn't start with all of these. A lot of these were trained in game after starting. And it takes like some serious time to do it. You can see the electrical engineering is so close. I'm so close. All right, we'll throw her back on auto task. And in a second, she will start randomly repairing things. And you can see like repair times 40 popping up there. Oh, okay, let's see if I can pause it while, there we go, repair times 12. So I just happen to know that she's working on something that's electrical and that's her repair number right now for electrical. Once it pops over to the 100, that number will increase and she'll start fixing things a lot quicker that have electrical components. And there we go. You can see her just zooming away, fixing things. Yeah, we might want to actually fix this more before I sell it. That's okay. I can bring the other ship over to closer to the space station. Yeah. I'm really aiming to get 3 million for this ship. I'm not sure if I'll hit it. Even 2.5, I'd be happy. I paid 1.3 for this one, and there's a couple bits and pieces I had to repair, but it hasn't cost me anything to repair it yet, other than a couple salaries, which isn't too bad. But when your salaries are under 1,000 a day, it doesn't factor into these kind of numbers. Yeah, so she's very excitingly repairing things. So the goal today is we're flipping this ship to make money, so that we can do a really good trading run to Venus. The overarching goal of this game is kind of like RimWorld or Sims or Zomboid. Survival, have fun, make your own little story, that kind of thing. And you start as somebody who's bought like an absolutely tiny, tiny ship. And you have a massive debt to pay off. And as time goes on, you can pay it off and, you know, progress slowly through different aspects of it. There is a background plot that I haven't touched on too much, and I haven't touched on it at all today. But I don't want to give anything away for it, so I'm not going to talk too much about the background plot. But suffice it to say, there's like minor elements of horror every once in a while. No jump scares or anything, just like weirdness. Supernatural weirdness is the best way to put it. All right, we've been repairing for a while. We'll just check our map again here real quick. Last thing we want to do is fly into an asteroid. And so like my personal goal though is try and get my character to be able to reunite with her family. My goodness, I need a drink. One moment. Love my tea. There we go. And reunite with her family who's like down on Venus, and I think one of them's on Mars or something. So we'll do a little bit of system travel, and just because you haven't seen it yet, we'll just do a quick view of the system here. So planet, not planet, immediate area, air traffic control area. Then you come out to the planetary view, inner planet view. So you've got K-Leg, which is an asteroid that orbits the sun. You've got Venus over here, Earth, of course, Mercury, Mars, and then you can keep scrolling out to see more of the planets. Keep going, and then there's like random stations and whatnot. Like there's, I guess it's a random asteroid. Another asteroid. Another one. Go further. Another station. And more. Like, there's lots out there. But that's about it. But anyway, suffice it to say, there's a lot to see. But yeah, the sub-horror plot's kind of fun. And you can engage with it as much as you want, or you can like completely turn it off. Mine's just slowly going on in the background. Yeah, game is super in depth. Oh no, I messed up where I was heading. Okay, like the port. I gotta make sure I'm on the right one. All right, we'll flip over to the target, take a quick look there. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, and then this is like our fusion drive to tell us like to use our fusion core and everything. Can't use it in certain places, and like local area under 5,000 kilometers, I don't touch it. Just can kill yourself really easily if you do. Long distance course plotting, flight dynamics for landing on planets, transponder, nav map, comm control, rescue if you get into a really bad spot. And then, yeah, show you how in depth it is. Let's go here. You can see our flask, check our flask. And then you can see it has all this water in it, a toothbrush for cleaning your teeth even, some food, nausea pills, amoxicillin for cuts and scrapes. I'll show you, like you can even see like where her little scrape is right here. She got attacked by a pirate, and then we washed it earlier, bandaged it. There we go. Yes, she carries a katana for dealing with pirates. Let's see, her license to be able to actually do salvage, her backpacks. There's even like coffee and different kinds of smokes that have different effects. You can get like a nicotine addiction, whole 9 yards. Let's remember our family by looking at a picture, and it'll give us an increase in feeling connected and cherished by them. And then we'll write them a letter home. Oh, so sweet. And let's just double check. I don't want to run into anything. I'm a little paranoid about it. Earlier today, I went really far off course and not great. Oh yeah, you can see them like constantly popping up down here, like what's going on, and like you feel like others are watching out for you. Oh. Repairing stuff, the letter, yeah, it's good. Earlier we were working out. We'll do some more working out again soon. Hour 13 away. Where are we exactly? So that's us over here. Go in here. Great. So we'll close that, do a little bit more repairing. Onto the auto task, and there she goes. She does. Let's see if I can find them without having too many issues here. Let's just pause for a second. Check her inventory. Not that one. Check that one. Talk a little bit about the different bits and pieces that are in the inventory here. There we go. Put her back on auto task. There. So like special laser torch for like disassembling things. And you can see like the battery goes down, the condition of it, how much it weighs. Power drill, same idea. Oh shoot, we're gonna run out of battery. Do I have backup with me? I do. Yay. Good. That's always dangerous. And then like when she's in her EVA suit, you'll see like oxygen stats, energy stats, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty neat. Extra battery for the torch. There's the coffee I was talking about. The different kinds of space food. We'll engage a little bit here. And then you can see here, let's just pause it for a sec. Can long for better food. Wistfully imagining the taste of real food from Earth, grass-fed meat, fresh caught fish, field-grown produce. Nobody's been able to land on Earth in like a long time. It's it kind of gives it to you in these like little extra bits that it talks about here and there, and loading screen and that kind of thing. And it's filled with a mystery meat that you can ponder, or you could remove the mystery meat parts. Not sure I want to eat mystery meat. That's why you have like street food, which is like food made on the go. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely more filling, and your character is definitely happier about it, that's for sure. Keep going here. It's like one of the biggest dangers, of course, out here. There's two of them. Two big dangers. One, pirates. Two, micrometeors. They'll like hit a side of your ship, and sometimes they'll go like 3/4 of the way through, or if you're in like a really tiny ship, it could go all the way through and you have to patch it really quick. So I'm never without patches. Good for the mind. Pondering the food or just this game? Because, you know, the game is actually really fun. Pondering the food's pretty good. You can see the different moodlets depending on what it is here. You can see like self-worth, altruism, meaning, changes. But yeah. You'd be stressed in space? I feel like I would, but it would also be so much fun. You know, just like... yeah. Love it. I used to do a lot of diving, and, you know, it's quiet down there on the bottom of the ocean. And I always imagine how, like, similar it must be in space. Use our station again real quick. Check our piloting. Yeah, so we're 40 minutes away. Yeah, you can see like all these different ships are different ships we could like try and salvage, check for stuff on. The silence can be spooky when all you can hear is your own breathing and heartbeat, but it's also like relaxing. I don't know. I always found like looking into the endless abyss was terrifying but comforting. Like underwater you can only see so far because it's dark. It's dark usually. Usually there's like silt and sand and stuff, and you can't see very far. And so it feels like you're staring into an abyss. But it's also calming because there's not a lot to like focus onto. And so it's just really interesting. All right, let's see. Okay, so we are approximately 500 kilometers still, 600. Our range is coming down, but hopefully K-Leg will be on the right side of the little asteroid here. Sorry, throat's getting dry here. Bit better. Oh, actually, I should check in on the other ship. Make sure that it's not drifting off into nowhere land again. Oh, crap. Oh, no, okay, there it is. Yeah, as long as we're within these nav buoys, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, okay, we'll flip over to the other one. There we go. Yes, swimming's fun. Yeah, so you can see like one of the characters is exercising hard on the treadmill, although it loads weird if she's already doing it when you load in. I do. I have two other crew. This is our main ship. It's our trade ship and salvaging ship. I did a walkthrough of it earlier. Quick rundown. The main working area where things come on board. Our battery deck. Storage and thruster section where like the intakes for the thrusters are. And then moving further down, we have our bunks on this side and our little gym. The arcade room with a TV and a terminal like a computer. HVAC room. Secondary bridge. Fusion reactor core. Our fuel. and our other fuel for it. So we'll take her, and we'll take Daisy, who I found drifting adrift in space on one of our salvage trips, actually. We'll zoom back out. Yeah, see, like, far away. Like, we're 2,000 kilometers from K-Leg. That's a distance. Flip that back around. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the lore is deep in this, to be honest. Oh, we're carrying too much. Little thing here that pops up. Yeah, see, she's carrying her tool. Not a great choice. There we go. Put everything down. Good, the door is locked. Don't want pirates hopping on board suddenly. Alright, there we go. Flip our map back. There we go. You can hear the hiss of the HVAC working. It's because the CO2 filters have to be running pretty hard with more than a couple of people on board. Oh my gosh, there we go. And you don't want people dying of hypercapnia. Alright, back in. ETA. Probably want them moving about 100 meters a second. Nah, it's honestly, it's really easy to pick up. There's no such thing as being too dumb to play this game. It's a really fun early access game. So like there's parts of it that are difficult to get the hang of. Just idiosyncrasies more than like actually playing it. And a lot of the stuff's pretty straightforward. Like, go exercise and you'll get more fit or stronger for the two different machines. You know, that kind of stuff. Get hurt by something and you can check, looking at your character, it'll tell you with a lightning bolt like, hey, you need to do medicine here, that kind of thing. It's pretty neat. Oh, we should put this up. That'll make people happier. Posters make people happy. Pulling it up on Steam, good choice, good choice. It's a really fun game, honestly. I can't recommend it enough. I usually play it in like 60-hour spurts every time they do updates. Hang in there. Very nice. Love that one. Get her back onto repairing this thing while we're floating through the void. But yeah, it's little company, little indie dev company. Love them. Blue Bottle. They've got another game out there. Very deep simulation. A lot of fun. And they've got a new update coming out soon, like a massive one, not just like a mini one in between that I've been playing here and there for them. It's called Fire in the Hold. It's their next big chunk, and it's adding weapons to ships, and I think it adds another plot and a whole bunch more custom-made stations opposed to some of the filler that they have for them right now. But it's really cool. So I wanted to play a bit before that new update came out, and I'll be doing probably a series when it does come out, I think. Yeah, so you can see she's just doing her thing, fixing things, but this ship is cold for some reason. Oh my gosh. So some parts of this ship are very cold, and some parts of this ship are very hot. You can see like we've got a 29 point something degree. It's probably from the fusion core and the batteries. Let's check our heat. Yeah, so you can see like the bits that are getting too hot and the bits that are too cold. She's a little cold for some reason, probably because of her injury. But yeah, we gotta get this fixed before she cooks alive. So I'm gonna open up a couple doors here. And then, so we have a couple coolers. I haven't actually shown this part yet. So we'll go into the control panel, flip it to auto, grab the input. Yeah, so you can see the thermostat has a red on there. So it's saying like, hey, the ship is too hot or cold. Oh man. What are we at now? 29 point. Okay, we're coming down, but we're still hotter than I would like to see us at. Open that door up. Yeah, this one's on. Make sure it's hooked up to the correct place. Fusion cores need a couple of coolers, otherwise you'll cook yourself alive with your fusion core. This ship was one I bought. Most of it was already built. I just had to fix a couple things. This is the one that I was talking about that was purchased for 1.3. Yeah, lovely, right? I did cook one of my first characters by accident, actually. 400 degrees Celsius. Whoopsie. Whoopsies. Yeah, so you can see the temperatures coming down. Yeah, so her comfortable, but the gas temperature isn't good. Weird. Okay. Alright, let's do another quick check on our nav. Yeah, so you can see we're in a nil wake zone now, meaning we can't even use our fusion core for power for flying around now. Yeah, so K-leg, we're 200 kilometers, 13 minutes out. Yeah, we'll just speed up time here. Yeah, there we go. I'm very tempted to hit this real quick before I go in. Yeah, we're going to. Throw some brakes. You never know what you might find on a new salvage ship. On a derelict, rather. Maybe it'll have some piece of highly valuable tech or something. One of the most valuable things you can have in this game is hacking, because you always find these PDAs that have stuff on them that you can either sell to the black market or sell back to the authorities, and like best way to make money at the beginning. And honestly, it's a good source of income whenever you're salvaging. All right, so at the 5K mark, we'll hit our docking prompt. There we go, proximity warning. Hail the ship, it's uncontrolled. Great, target's unresponsive. And oh my god, we're going very quick. Got to get under 100 meters per second to be able to dock. Relative velocity. Oh yeah, a lot of menus. You do get used to them though. And like, I used to come down to the 100 meters a second, like at the 7K mark, just to be careful so I wouldn't like crash. It's just, you know, habit skill now. And like, it's not high skill, let me tell you. It's just getting used to how things work. I always rush to the door in case somebody tries to get on board as I'm docking. It happens with pirates all the time. No one did. So before we go on to our derelict, we will take our shoes off, which are individual. We'll take our coat off. We get to keep our shirt on, but the pants, no. Put the pants there. Grab our helmet, check our O2 stock, our battery. Okay, we should be fine. And wait for our airlocks. Oh, did I already salvage this ship? Yeah, this looks like one I did. I know because I always uninstall doors and they don't spawn without the doors. Oh, you know what it is? It's because the navigation consoles don't transfer their info between each other. So, oh, something's not happy. That's okay. We'll just do a quick save here real quick. Saving. Early access games. Sometimes stuff crashes. Oh no, don't crash. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh, we're gonna crash. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this happens sometimes. Early access game. It's okay. Oh, please bear with me. We'll give it another 30 seconds and then we'll just force it to quit and start it again. Yep. All right. Sorry if the stream dies. I will be right back. Please bear with me a moment. Great. Okay, so there's my Steam. There's blue bottle. Content warning. Could you just let me know if you can see it there, Corp? Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, so we'll hop back in. How much time did we lose off that? Not much. Oh, wow, that's actually a 20-minute. Ouch. Never mind. Whoops. Ouchie. That's okay. It happens. Once you get more ships and like you start trying to do more things, the simulation kind of has issues sometimes. But hey, again, early access, love supporting it. Love the company. They're great. Load in. Do, 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 do. Honestly, for as little like detail as there is in the game, I do love their art from the loading screens. And like you get these special little moments sometimes or it pops up on the screen and like you get like a specific context window. And they're a lot of fun. All right, we'll just close all those. They're like auto, what's the word I'm looking for? Auto quests from like contacts from when you first started the game. They're asking you for favors and stuff. They're okay to do sometimes. They're not my favorite thing. But yeah, it is really pretty. Like it's a nice painted style, a lot of it. All right, so let's see, where were we when that happened? Let's check in on our character, see how yeah, okay, so she's okay. But we have the temp coming up already. So we'll go fix that first so it doesn't get as bad. Yay, crashes. Alrighty. So we just crashed, but we've got it up and running again. So we'll go back to our control panels, hook them back up to the thermostats, get the coolers on so that our fusion core does not cook us alive because that's not a fun thing to do. There we go. Make sure those doors are held open. There we go. Oh, no, doesn't want to. There we go. Yeah, like there's a couple of things, like you can feel it that it's early access. Um, Sometimes you have to like redo the exact same thing just because the sim didn't quite process it properly, or you know, a character gets stuck somewhere. I've had that happen where they'll get stuck on the corner of like a bed or something, and then they die because they never fed themselves. It's like, why? Why did you do that? Why are you so silly? But yeah, that's okay. So we'll go over here, check where we are again, set that back up. Cooked our people alive? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Alright, great. So she's still safe. We'll hop back over to our crewmates. Loading, loading, don't crash. There we go. Okay. Get her back into the pilot seat. Oh, before we do that, we know that she's going to have too much stuff with her, so we'll go like this. Real quick. Make sure we're on K-leg port. Perfect. Perfect. Set our map back up so that we have some kind of good reference. Great, and we will get up to 100 meters a second. Give it a moment, and away we go. Perfect. Back over to Lulu. Leave Daisy and Bello. Bello? I have no idea how to say her name. Back into the nav, just double check things real quick. Yeah, so that's the ship that we're gonna hit. Bello! Yes, maybe that's how it is. Set her on auto task. Get her working away again. There we go. Repairing random things. Make me more money when we go to sell the ship. Alrighty, let's check in on her stats. Actually, I'm curious. How are we doing on engineering? I really want to see that hit 100%. It would make me very happy. She's a fixer-upper. Yeah, you should have seen her when I got her. She had holes all over the hull. Half her reactor had melted down and was missing. Her transponder was dead. No antenna. No fuel. She didn't even have RCS set up for the reactant engines. Alright, we'll just slow down time here real quick. Go into our inventory again. Oh, wrong one. All of the food. So much inventory management. That one. Oh my gosh. There we go. Got it. We're going to change our drill's battery so that it doesn't die. Okay, come on. There it is. Nope, yep, there it is. Switch our batteries over. Set her back to auto task. And away we go. There we go. She's working away again. Great. So these tanks, actually, I haven't talked about them yet, and the pumps here, they're turbo pumps, so they work really hard and fast. If you're doing a lot of on and off boarding, you can use this like a extra airlock staging room. And the canisters here will hold mixed gases so that you can reuse it. Oh yay, we hit 100% engineering for electrical. Damn, she's gonna be faster now. Yeah, see, she's like 20 on that and 40 on the other things. But yeah, those turbo pumps, they're great. They're great for saving air, but once you start setting up your airlocks properly, it makes life so easy for oxygen and whatnot. It just sips it, really. But yeah, just repairing things away as we transit. Probably about time to check where we are, though. Yeah, I think we'll hop back to our station here. Where are we? There we are. And how far out are we? We're another 30 minutes. Yeah, so she can keep going. Put her back to auto task, speed up to 16 times, and away we go. More fixing. So exciting. Actually, it is really fun to watch like ships go from like these broken down husks into like beautiful bits and pieces, because like you can actually see the damage getting fixed. And like this is supposed to be the luxury tile set, so like it's worth more on the market kind of thing. And like, I don't know, it's kind of pretty. Yep, exactly. House flipper but ships. And then once we hit K-Leg, we'll with both ships we'll do a run to Venus. Took a little longer than I thought I was going to take to get here, but you know, I had to redo some of it, so is what it is. And just again, touching on that depth, for those who have joined us, it's like there's even these trash bits from using different things. They devolve into trash eventually. And like if something breaks, like this battery, let's say, if it broke, you would get like electrical parts, machinery parts, and other stuff around it, or like motors and things. And you would have to reassemble the battery, but you'll need more parts than whatever comes out of it to fix it. It's really cool. And like sometimes it can just devolve right into trash if it like really breaks badly. Or, you know, if your fusion core goes nova. Not that I've had to experience that yet, but you never know. Things can happen. Okay, so I think that's probably about right. Keep forgetting to set timers. Yeah, so we'll do docking here in a moment here. Get down to 100-ish. Oh my god, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Please don't hit me. You're gonna dock with me. Yep, you're docking with me. Okay, that's fine. So this person's gonna dock, so what we'll do real quick is take off our shoes, take off our coat, throw our EVA suit on just to be safe, and then we're gonna come over to this door because I'm 90% sure that person was gonna dock with us. Maybe they're not. I was sure they're gonna dock with us. I was sure it was a pirate. Oh, it's not. That's lovely. I was sure they were a pirate for a minute, the way they were flying. Yeah, they'll like come right up to you, and then suddenly you'll feel like, oh no, oh no, oh no, why? But this is why I always carry a katana. Not me, but my character. Lulu carrying it. Alrighty, there we go. A little bit more. We'll aim for that line. Back to salvaging. Whoops. There we go. Go back to our ship for targeting here. Yeah, just to mess with me. Just for a little bit. Get the heart rate up. But, you know, it's not all bad when pirates attack, because then you can increase your combat skills. Hopefully. As long as there's only one or two. More than that, it's a bit more of a bad day. Okay, so we will kill our cross velocity here so that our bearing stays doable. And just to come back to like learning this stuff, by the way, just so that it seems less scary, I did not learn how to do all of this at once. There was definitely a point where I just kind of set up my blue line and only used my relative velocity and my bearing, completely disregarding the cross velocity and just like kind of shooting for it. No, combat is not like Zomboid at all. Well, that's not true. It's exactly like Zomboid in that you like, no, Zomboid's different entirely. Is it? I haven't played Zomboid enough recently. I feel like its combat is Twitch. This is not. You can pause it, pick an action, and unpause it. And like when you go into combat, it definitely pauses for you. so you don't just die suddenly. It's not jump scary like that, which is nice. Combat's easy. Much easier. I shouldn't say it's easy, it's easier. Yeah, so you don't have to do that. You don't have to lock onto anything. You literally you click on your character, not on your character. You click on the enemy, and then you. Sorry, just trying to dock here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Docked. Perfect. We'll just save here real quick too, actually. Give it a quick save. Great. Saved. All right, so sorry if you hear my puppy in the background, by the way. Her name is Cleo. She's a Great Dane, and she's the sweetest thing in the world. Yes, hello, Pupperdo. Did you have fun? Are you a good girl? Yes. Sorry. Puppies, puppy importance, of course. So yeah, it's the same as like when you interact with your own character, but instead of having like these, you can have red ones that say like, okay, attack with this weapon or that weapon. It's a lot calmer, it's a lot more accessible, and it's a lot easier to do. So with this ship, the one that we got to before everything crashed, that we're now back to, we're going to uninstall some of the chairs and bring those on board and install them in a couple places because they will increase the value of rooms. Basically, what our 2 luxury bunk rooms are missing is chairs. And if there's extras, we'll actually take them and put them on our regular ship, on our like main ship, so that they can have a nicer place to live, basically. Yeah, see, like, this is a fun thing for me. It's like, it's so much more interesting than like Sims or something, because you have to go and find the bits and pieces you want to use. And like, if you go buy them, which you can, they're like 3-4 times as expensive. And they're not always in stock. Not that you're always guaranteed to like find the bits and pieces out there on other ships, but you know. Alrighty, let's drag these chairs back. Honestly, this is kind of a Sims replacement for me in a lot of ways. This and RimWorld are kind of like Sim replacements, and Dwarf Fortress, and you know, that kind of stuff. This feels more simmy though to me, because like you have your main character and like your side characters that you like sometimes use, but like you usually just set them up and then they go do their thing. And they take care of like the little things. Oh no, 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 don't go through the going through the airlock that quick, you lose a lot of air on it sometimes. Honestly, for me, RimWorld took a lot of practice, but it's not like once I got the hang of it, it wasn't so bad. The thing I have a problem with in these kind of games is you gotta find the right kind of meta, and then I'm good with it. Same with meta. Same with like RimWorld. You start figuring out like how the wealth is tied to how your raids happen. And as soon as I figured out how that was going on, I had a lot easier time. With this, it was knowing what to keep stocked, like extra food, and it doesn't need to be a crazy amount of it, but like a backpack's worth and you're good for days. And then having extra O2 bottles, which you saw in my inventory, extra EVA batteries, that kind of stuff saves your life time and time and again. And like in the early game, before you have a fusion reactor, having the right number of batteries so you can do extra salvaging on like a really good find is so worth the extra weight. It's why there's so many batteries on my main ship, is because I like having that buffer, that just in case situation. There we go. 5 chairs is probably good. I don't really want to take the ones that are all broken down. Go through our airlock again. So like I was saying before, I think this is one that I salvaged earlier, and the nav consoles don't transfer information between each other, which is kind of neat. But I also really need to keep that in mind so that if I ever get rid of my console, I transfer it using the PDA. Yeah, see? A couple doors I missed. Just install it, then trying to get power to it or something. Quicker, easier. Check the bins, anything of value, not really. Oh yeah, I was talking about like broken things. So this thermostat here is broken, and you can see there's parts and stuff around. Same with that thruster through its mechanical parts over here. And we'll go back through. Just because I was on the ship earlier, I'm not going to bother with the bins. I would have taken anything of real value from the bins earlier. I'm just checking to see if there's like any other wellness stuff I didn't grab at the time because I was very focused on trying to get a fusion core going. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else of value here. Yeah, I don't think so. Worth the little bit of O2 to check on and grab those couple of chairs that were in good shape. Or sort of good shape at least. Great. Alright. Back to K-Leg, sell this bugger, and then we will grab our main ship to Venus. Dock. Clearance, undock. There we go. I do also love how like you've got this rim around your screen of like you're looking through your helmet when your helmet's on. I think it's a super interesting little piece of, you know, world building feel, style. And then like you've got your whole O2 stock and everything over here showing. It's fun. It's a very, what's the word that I want? It is very cool. It's very immersive, despite being a top-down. Yes, immersive, definitely. But it's definitely a game that I want to try making after I'm done with my action game that I'm making right now. I'm working on something similar to like Brotato or Megabonk. It's in 3D. It's coming along, but I think afterwards I'm going to work on like a small 3D-esque feel of Ostranauts, but my own take. There we go. So we're 16 minutes out. That's great. So Lulu can just stay here for a moment. Grab the helmet off, and we'll switch over to Daisy. Yeah, my action game. I was actually aiming to have it for the current Next Fest, but unfortunately, I had some health concerns come up and wasn't able to get it done in time for that. So I'm hoping by end of April it'll be released in an alpha version, but I will let you all know about it as it comes. And you're 4 hours out, 100 meters a second, great. So we'll go back to Lulu. And we'll go back to using the console. And come back out, flip our map around. Great. See, I'm doing the blue line thing even right now. Just get the blue line lined up, my ship. It's a good, it works well for like short distances, but anything more than 1,000 kilometers, and you really do want to be looking at only here. or even using like long-range course plotting for 5K plus. Yeah, our range is 119, 87. Sorry, sometimes I whisper these small numbers to myself. Okay, there we go. Do a quick time. 16 speed, make sure everybody's paid off. Yeah, everybody's paid, great. Yeah, it's the only thing is that blue line resets every time, but not a big deal. There we go. Bet to dock a K-leg, check how much this thing is worth, and hopefully sell it and head to Venus. Clear. Great, so we're within 5. Oh, we are not within 5K. What is going on? Okay, there's our 5K. Yeah, because you hit the 5K for the asteroid before you actually hit the 5K for K-leg. Better slow down. Coming in hot. Oh no, come on. Give me the next screen. There we go. Yeah, that was a little closer than I like. Slow, 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 slow. Can hear me tapping away furiously for the tiniest little... There we go. I like coming in much better than that. Usually I'm lined up from far away at less than 3 degrees kind of thing. View is right. Alrighty. Oh, it's a totally different orientation coming to K-leg than I'm used to. I'm used to this completely flipped. It's weird. It feels so weird. So this is the starting station. This is like your starting apartment over here. This is like the official supply depot, food carts. Yes, great choices. Crash into the station. This is like your legal kiosk, the licensing station, a fuel station, ferry stations, where you can pick up like little jobs, scraps, selling. We don't have anything on this ship that we're selling. We're just going to go straight to the shipbroker. Whew, that was bright. So to do that, we'll go to the commercial depot. Not commercial depot, the commercial section. There we go. Lots of people moving around. We'll actually go to the self-care depot first. Oh, wrong one. So you can buy like different things for taking care of your character. All right, let's do some nano-robotic first aid for that scratch on our middle section. There we go. Help speed up healing. Go to our kiosk to access the shipbroker. So like these are ones that they have for sale that you can buy that are used. And like they're ready to go. And then you can go over to the derelicts and like, here are some derelicts that they have for sale. Ones that you have visited are always worth more than ones you haven't, because like they have a better read on it, I think is the like theory. I'm not really sure. Not 100% anyway. Some are super cheap, some are not. It's definitely a roll of the dice as to how good something is. I would never buy something I visited because I typically strip anything of value, which means I have to find more things of value to put into it. So I always look for the never ones. And anything, the further away something is, the less money it is. This one is probably not worth flipping. Neither would that one. That one might be worth flipping. Yeah, that one's probably worth flipping. But not 100% sure. There was one I just saw that would almost certainly be worth it. This one. Van Hummel is worth quite a bit. It's the the more expensive stuff that we've been talking about with the yacht that I've been repairing. So we're going to switch to ship rating, and we're going to rate our current ship. Give it a moment. This will tell us like, hey, you have these kind of rooms, it's worth this because of these rooms. And I'm pretty sure I need to install those chairs to get full value for it. And you can see like, hey look, this is what we can see. And here's its rating over here. So you've got condition, specialization of rooms, the number of them, the maneuverability, your size. So we're TitanMax, terrible maneuverability, and pretty high number on our specialized rooms, and condition is good. So we're not going to worry about doing more fixing up of it, but I think we will add a couple of chairs like we talked about. Yeah, here's our rooms being named now. So you can see like engineering room, wellness, basic quarters, more engineering. Biggest ones, of course, are engineering. Reactor. This room doesn't have a rating. And this is a hallway, so it doesn't have a rating. So what we'll do is we'll try and get both of these to luxury quarters, and we might try and switch that to a galley. So we'll go ahead, we'll close. And we'll head back to the ship. Yeah, so that's how it calculates value. Actually, we'll check the old Emporium first. So based on what's in the room and what the room gets classed as, classes the value of it. So this is the black market person that we just walked over to. So much more valuable to sell things to him, and a lot of things are a lot cheaper to buy. But there's nothing worth buying right now. Not for the prices anyway. Yeah. Back to transit. I wonder if it'll flip my view proper again now. That'd be nice. Back to the port. It did not. That's okay. So we will go back to regular clothing because we're on board the station. Things do wear out over time as they're used, so it's best just to keep things like this, even if we're not getting a negative because she's skilled in using it. Yeah, so I'm gonna check my chart. You're feeling selfish. Yeah, it's the value, right? Like the value of the this, plus the value of the ships and everything else. And she's a selfish person, so like selfish hits a lot more often. We'll grab this over here. Just need to check my chart. So let's see. Wellness room. Yep. The galley. Okay, so we're gonna try taking the sink out because I don't think the sink is supposed to be in there. There we go. Come on, uninstall the sink. Great. This chair, we will install it there. And this chair can get installed. Nowhere it looks great, but that's okay. We're gonna sell it anyway, so. Why aren't you doing it? That's okay. Sometimes just picking it up is the best way to get it done properly. Having issues. Oh, okay. I hope it doesn't block that door completely. It does. That's the problem. Okay. Can I install you down here? Again, not going for looks on this one. Great. Okay. So, moment of truth. Do the stools count as chairs? Actually, I probably can check, see if we have a tag. It says seat cushion. So we'll see. We'll see if the stools will count as chairs for the room. Fingers crossed. Back to the commercial area. Yay. Loading, loading. Don't crash. I'm always concerned if it takes longer than it should. There we go. Check our ship rating again real quick. Rate. And yes, luxury quarters, flipped to a galley. Great. So I think the last one that I need, I have a couple more chairs. What could I do with those to make rooms better? Because we have that wellness room. Let's go to the ship broker. 1.8. I'd really like to see it hit 2 at least. Still, it's a $600,000 profit so far. Could do a passenger room, buy a couple chairs. Recreational room. Yeah, I could go recreational room for it. Yeah, okay, I think we'll go rec room. So that means I need to see if there's any terminals or a couple other things for cheap. I doubt it, but we'll check. We'll check the scrap guy. Yeah, I think we'll check the scrap guy. If he's got something good for the recreational room, we'll build a rec room. If not, we'll build a small passenger room. Because it just needs a couple chairs. Okay. So the scrap guy, let's check you. Air pumps, no. Compact ship batteries, sinks, fusion parts, no. Yeah, there's nothing. I think maybe I'll buy this though, just because it's cheap. No, we're going to do a Venus run. We're not going to flip another ship right now. Great. So we'll go to the old Emporium, grab a chair, and then we'll be done. Okay, ooh. Oh my gosh. There we go. What is going on? No, I don't want to store random stuff in the... There we go. Great. so we've got some bins for sale, some racks. These are subfloor ones. I really like these. They're useful, but I don't need any right now for my main ship. Windows, coolers, fridge, toilet, sinks, arcade game, treadmills, bunks, vents. Okay. That's pretty cheap. I could do it. It's like a 1.8 return or something for rec rooms. 1.9, 1.8, something like that. Yeah, I could just do a terminal and like a TV. That would probably push it into a rec room. Great. Let's grab a chair just because they're cheap. Oh, that's an idea. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy all those chairs because we're going to try and... Nope, no we're not. We're not gonna buy anything. Basically, I need to go set up a barter zone on the ship so that I don't have to drag each piece back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Very useful that they have barter zones. But what we're going to try and do is there that second room, that hallway, that wasn't being raided at all, we're going to try and get it raided into a rec room as well, or into a passenger room. Probably a passenger room, because we don't have one. Yeah, we'll raid it into a passenger room. So we'll take this, we'll install it right there. Tiny hallways. Nothing wrong with that. There we go. And then we'll buy one more chair when we go back. And we'll grab a couple of recreational items. Great. Restore. Better fix these before we sell it. Have a pretty bad time if we don't. Fixed. Oh, that was a bad shape, that one. Yeah, I think we'll just buy one chair and buy the 2 rec items. I'm doing the math in my head, and it doesn't quite cover it. It'll cover it for this because there's other things, but the rec room it might not because I don't have other things in there for it to multiply the value of items. I think I could move the sink in there, but that would be it. Oh, I need to make a zone. I need to make a barter zone. Right, so zones. You can set up zones for like hauling things, bartering, all kinds of stuff. Super useful for controlling the AI. Also super useful for saying where you want things to go when you buy them. Makes life much, much easier. Don't have to drag items all over the station that way. And it works both ways, buying and selling. Alrighty, so we're back to our ship. And oh, I went to... No, I did go to the right place, not back to the ship. Gotta go buy the things first. That's why I'm all screwed up. Okay, so there's the chair. So we want one chair. We want the computer terminal And the TV, where is the TV? There we go. You'll also see like the signal box in here. I do use these. You can chain stuff together for certain effects. For like the heater, the cooler, for different kinds of fans for like air, for O2 and the nitrogen. Paid for it and sent to the zone. Great. Go back to the transit. It's very useful for like automating like vents and your airflow, basically. Super great. Back to the port. I'm really trying to get this part of it done quick because you do get you do have to pay like docking fees, which can add up pretty quick with bigger ships like this. And every dollar I have to pay is a dollar I have to give up on profit, so don't want that. Install over here. Great. And of course, the proximity warning. Sorry about the beeping. I should have turned the proximities off while I'm in the station. Clear the warning, put it on mute. Because it'll just do that every single time when you're whenever anybody comes close while you're in dock like this. This is one of the haulers moving around like a wrecked ship or something. I was just zooming out there to check on our other ship, see where it's at, make sure it's not going to crash into stuff. Here's the terminal. So we'll install it right there. Those little plugs are where you need to have power coming into it. I don't think you need power into all of them for the terminal, but we'll see in a second here. I haven't installed enough of them to know. Yeah, we'll check here, check our power. Yeah, it looks like it's powered. Yeah, it can be used. I can hack it. We're not going to hack it right now because I don't want to hack into the company food records. I happen to know that that's where part of the horror subplot starts to kick in, is when you start doing things like that. And I do not want to do that yet. Not right now. I want to go to Venus again. There we go. TV's installed. Great. There's no power to it. That's fine. Conduit's not going through. I should have plenty of extra with me. Yeah, there it is. Should just be one needed right there. Great. And there, the TV's on. You can see the light come up, and then you can watch different things. We're probably going to sell the ship, so we'll take our dolly. Come over here. You can like steal this stuff if you want. Usually I leave it. I take some things right off the beginning just to pay a couple of fees, grab a couple of better things before I leave for the first time, but you'll see that on the next update. There we go. Go to the commercial port again. Oh, just any hacking or specifically the foods logs? So that is a great question. So you can hack into PDAs, you can hack crates. So like these crates that I'm carrying around, you can see that the green light's there. And when it's on the ground, it looks like that. And it'll be a red light if it's locked, and you can hack it, or you can factory reset it. You can hack doors, terminals, TVs. I don't think you can. But it's not just the logs. You can get things like, so these PDAs, they're locked when you find them usually. I don't know if I have any with me at the moment. I really hope I do. I don't think so. But when you unlock them, you can see if they have any valuable data files, and you can sell them to the black market, or you can sell them to the authorities. Different content gets different prices. So like one of the things I found a couple of times that's worth quite a bit is the, what do you call it? Confession. You can find confessionals. Oh, I was looking for those hygiene packs. And it'll be like murder confession, or like murder confession under duress. It's fun. Like sometimes you'll like look at somebody and you can see like in here, like this person has tendonitis, for example, but you'll see like law enforcement brutality scars. It's wild. Some of the depth that they put into this. Just again, these are like some of those different books to up your skills that I was talking about. Some of the different kinds of food you can see are here. Let's see what else is in my inventory right now. Power chargers for batteries. And then flasks for water, coffee, etc. Patches so that you don't die when micrometeors hit you. What else do we have going on here? Oxygen bottles, medicine, data chips. You can find those and take information off of them and sell it. You can hack them. But yeah, lots of stuff. All right, let's raid our ship again. My main ship, as you saw before, was like worth 3 point something. But I will not be selling it anytime soon. Do. Luxury. It didn't flip this over, so it's not a rec room. I wonder if it's because the door is open. That got switched to a passenger room. 1.9. Putting those couple of things in actually brought our... Yeah, I paid $2,000 or something. We're just under 2 mil. Yeah, I think we'll just sell it. 2 mil. That's going to be a $700,000 payday. Great. I'm good with that. It took me 2 days to upgrade it. Sell. 1.9 million. Lovely. So now, back to the port. Come on, board the tram. I think we'll do a hard save after this. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh, I think we're going to crash again. It doesn't crash this much normally. It's just when you start getting multiple ships and crew and doing things on different places, sometimes it gets angry. So we'll give me a moment. Oh, good. Look at that. Yeah, so of course now the ship's gone. And we will go over to Daisy. Womp womp avoided. Why didn't I save? That was so silly. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? Ah, there we go, we're good. Oh my god, please don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. No, don't load K-Leg again. Oh my goodness. This is the moment. There we go. Alright, we're gonna save before anything happens. And I think we're going to close. check on Daisy, see where they are, and we're going to make a determination as to whether we're going to end it here or whether we're going to go to Venus right now, because I've been going 2.5 hours and I need something to drink and I am out of tea. Yeah, okay, we're going to end it here. All right, everybody, you've been watching Ostranauts with Lulu. I really hope you guys enjoyed this first stream. I am likely going to stream again tomorrow and come up with some kind of schedule, probably streaming in the evenings or around lunchtime or somewhere around like that. If you have a preference, please do drop me a line and let me know. Again, I really appreciate everyone who stopped in to say hi today and all the follows I got today. Thanks from Sugio AI, Super VDF, and Angie for the follows. And thanks, Corp, for also just having some nice conversation with me today. If I'm up for it, I may do Venus tonight, and I'll drop you guys a line here and let you know. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night if I don't talk to you today. Thanks. Bye-bye.